2020 has officially come and gone. Remember when we thought this was going to be the year with too much to do and too many games to play? Isn't it wild how that one turned out? But in any case, there is still a lot to sink your teeth into this year, with new games coming out, new expansions for old games coming out, and old games having a huge resurgence in popularity. So, what have I been playing? One thing I've come to accept throughout my life is that the games I play throughout any given year very rarely actually came out the year I played them in. So this is going to be a bit scattered sounding, but know that these are all games that I played and enjoyed this year. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, as always, has retained my attention. Through Byleth, Min Min, Steve, and Sephiroth, I've enjoyed just about every character this game's put out. I didn't care much for Byleth, but Steve sent me into cardiac arrest, and Sephiroth is now one of 3 characters to be in my Elite Smash, so yeah, pretty fun. Min Min, while not as exciting as the others, gave me the opportunity to finally play ARMS after its lukewarm release, reception, and content cycle to find out this game was pretty good. As stated in this video, it's like early Splatoon, except Splatoon had a fan base. I think I'm the only person still playing Overwatch, which released the character Echo this year and single-handedly reinvigorated my interest in that game. I shit you not, this character was the piece to get me playing Overwatch again after God knows how long. Minecraft Dungeons came out and failed to be good, but managed to be fun for a playthrough, and then immediately loses you. I picked up Star Wars Battlefront 2 and found out that that game has become surprisingly enjoyable after the shit show of a launch it had. Fall Guys was pretty fun before everyone became better at it than me. Halo 2 came to PC and reminded people that the series was worth talking about before Microsoft immediately dashed the hopes of people talking about it. And of course, I'm still occasionally hopping on to play around a Honeycam or some GTA or some Minecraft, Hyrule Warriors, Splatoon 2, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Fortnite. These games will never get old to me. But now it's time for the big boys. What were the best games that I played this year? Final Fantasy VII Remake was really all I wanted it to be. While it was far from a perfect experience, it did everything I wanted. Traditionally, I don't like RPGs, but this one wasn't quite the same as the others in the Final Fantasy lexicon. People have their gripes with the story, and I have my gripes with the speed of the experience, but the combat is so tightly crafted and enjoyable. The Buster Sword hits like a truck while still feeling fast and nimble. Every character gets their moment to shine. Tifa is hot and the girl next door, but Aerith is so fucking quirky, and Jessie's also there. Who do I give my rose to? Ring Fit Adventure was a game I picked up this year, and it did something incredible. It got me working out. It gamifies the exercise process enough to want me to get up and keep going. And it's cute. Look at these character designs. Listen to this music. Everything about this game gives it an aura that's just so friendly and nice. While my body got tired when playing, my heart enjoyed every part of this experience. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate. After loving Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's only fair I went back to the grandpappy of the genre, and holy shit, look at these combos! Now, none of these were me, but still, pretty good game. Animal Crossing New Horizons is the perfect example of a game I enjoyed tremendously when it first came out and then never wanted to touch again. Its post-release content cycle was never enough to draw me back in after the initial release date. This is a game that really needed that post-release, post-initial hype DLC to be good to keep people invested, and it didn't deliver. Instead, it's basically the same game with the same things as it was in March, and while that game is functionally solid, it's a game I've already played. But hoo boy, that time in March was enough to get me to mention it here. Shantae and the 7 Sirens finally answered the age-old question, how do you make a good Shantae game that plays like a Shantae game? The answer? By making it less like a Shantae game. Shantae's gimmick has always been transforming, but they never quite nailed down how to make the transformations work in a platformer setting. Hell, the best game in the series doesn't even have them at all. So rather than make them full-on transformations, 7 Sirens does what the game should have done in the first place, and makes it like other Metroidvanias, and the game benefits immensely for it. Except for these fucking transformations. They're completely incongruent with the game design priorly established. How do you think I'm supposed to find the collectible here? There's no dead giveaways, right? But if I use this ability by chance in this room completely randomly, it appears. How's that for game design? Marvel's Avengers was a shockingly good game for all the terrible press it got. Seriously? For all the negativity surrounding this game, you would have thought that this game fucked someone's mom and shot their dad, but I found a surprisingly charming story mode with fresh takes on characters that have been popularized by the movies. Yeah, it was a financial failure, but that doesn't necessarily equate to a bad experience. There's a thick layer of scummy business practices, odd decisions, and downright questionable content models, but if you somehow dig beneath all that, you will find that deep Avengers beat-em-up story we all wanted. That's how you know that no one on Reddit actually played this game. They'll just say something about how Square Enix bad, whole game bad. And this game actually has worthwhile DLC from the little they've put out. It's a PR nightmare, but a good game with listening developers. And frankly, I couldn't ask for more than that. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was probably my dream game I never knew I wanted. Definitive Edition is one of my favorite games of all time, and enhancing that experience and combining it with the canon of Breath of the Wild, whew, boy, is that something that I have always wanted. While content-wise the original is still king, the improved originality of the movesets, the character interactions, the flavor text, Tariko, everything about this game served as an improvement to the original game. Except the fact that it tells a totally canon, totally real, totally prequel, totally canon story to the original. Did I mention that this is canon? Nintendo never said that, but every game publication did. Man. If you liked what you saw here today, then why don't you subscribe and ring the bell, like this video, and comment what your favorite game of 2020 was. Hell, they don't even have to be games released in 2020. With a year where most of us were stuck inside, everyone had time to catch up on games that we'd been putting off for a while. So please, let me know. But before you do any of that, I have been RVRocks, and thank you so much for watching. See ya!